Welcome back to Faithful Mindfulness. Today marks the second episode of our exciting new series where we explore the profound metaphors of the kingdom of God as presented by Jesus himself. Get ready to be amazed as we uncover the mind-blowing truth behind the parable of the yeast. Prepare to have your mind expanded and your heart transformed. In the Gospel of Matthew 13:33, he told them still another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like yeast that a woman took and mixed into about 60 pounds of flour until it worked all through the dough. Jesus shares a captivating analogy about the kingdom of God. He compares it to yeast that a woman mixes into a large amount of flour. Let's dive deeper into this intriguing metaphor and unravel its profound implications for our lives. Yeast, often invisible yet immensely powerful, undergoes a remarkable transformation as it interacts with dough. Similarly, the kingdom of God works silently yet decisively within us, bringing about a radical change from the inside out. As Jesus speaks of the yeast dissolving into the dough, we're reminded of the power of surrender. Just as yeast disappears into the mixture, we're called to let go of our own agendas and allow God's transformative work to take place in our lives. But what happens next is truly remarkable. As the yeast permeates the dough, it causes it to rise and leaven the whole batch. In the same way, the kingdom of God spreads throughout every aspect of our being, bringing growth, renewal, and change. So how can we apply the lessons of the yeast to our own lives? How can we surrender more fully to God's transformative power and allow His kingdom to work in and through us? Firstly, let's trust in God's plan for our lives, even when we can't see the outcome. Just as we trust that yeast will transform dough into bread, we're called to trust that God is at work in our lives, bringing about His purposes in His perfect timing. Secondly, let's embrace the process of transformation. Just as dough is transformed into bread, we too are transformed by the work of God's kingdom in our lives. It's a journey of becoming, of growing into the people God created us to be. Lastly, let's cultivate a deep sense of faith. Let's trust in the unseen and believe that God is always working for our good, even when we can't see it. It's a journey of faith, of stepping out in trust and obedience, knowing that God is faithful to His promises. As we reflect on the parable of the yeast, let's be inspired by the transformative power of God's kingdom in our lives. May we surrender more fully, embrace the process of transformation, and cultivate a deep sense of faith as we journey with Jesus. Join us next time as we continue to explore the timeless wisdom of His teachings here on Faithful Mindfulness.